It was cool though. Like the town of Estes Park is like a weird little.
Yeah.
Like it looks like something out of like a movie or
Exactly.
something. You know, like
And it seems like you have to be balling out of control to live there.
you can't live there on our budget.
I don't think
not
like
until the
me, you could
podcast
just,
is going to
buy
pick
a house
off.
there.
No. But it was cool that we went into the park, like where the Rocky Mountains National Forest or whatever it is, and where the Rockies start, and we got to see about a dozen giant elk. Have you ever seen an elk up close?
Yeah, dude, my dad got almost arrested for chasing a moose up there.
That's what I'm saying. Right there.
I mean, they have like crazy animal rights rules up there. Up here, we do whatever we want.
We can chase moose all you want in Texas.
We
If
don't
any of
have
you
moose,
folks
but-
out there would like to chase a moose, come to Texas.
What's up, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Made in Texas podcast. I'm your host, Steve Idlett, and this episode I got on my pal Justin. He hosted some episodes back in the day with me, and this is one of those episodes, one of the very first ones we ever recorded. I hope everybody's been doing well out there during this pandemic. Everything's been going pretty good on our end. Played my first show back the other day at the Jewett VFW of all places. We've come full circle. It was actually pretty awesome. They built this whole outdoor area. They got a food truck out there. They had some fire pits going, and it's pretty cool. So I'll be back over there on the 14th with Peter Sinclair and Colton Mormon, Charlie Eubanks, Logan Allison, I think, is on the bill. Maybe Willie Herring. They're going to be doing a big chili cook-off over there, so come check that out if you're in the area. Also just picked up a gig at the NFR, the National Finals Rodeo, which is awesome. I've never done that before. It's usually hosted in Vegas, and this year they transferred it over to Arlington or Dallas, somewhere up in the DFW area. And yeah, I've always wanted to go up there and play something like that. It's hard to get to Vegas, so they brought it here. So I got hooked up with this thing called Live with Lucia. I'll be on the Cinch stage. And yeah, if you're in the rodeo, December 10th, come check it out. I'll be up there. Let's see, other than that, I've just been working around here at the house, working on the market. We got a pretty big one planned for November. I'm trying to have a Toys for Tots drive up there and an ugly Christmas sweater party. I already got some buddies that are going to come play that. I think Jesse Duke from Pushwater is going to come song swap with me, and the one and only Matt James of Blacktop Mojo says he's going to be there as well, and maybe a couple other local guys. So if you're in the area for that, come on out. Ugly Christmas sweater party, it's going to be fun. We're going to have it all lit up at the market. Bring a toy, BYOB, come do your thing. Be sure to follow the podcast everywhere. It's at Made in TX Pod. Subscribe wherever it is you're listening to it at. And if you want to get in touch with me, it's at Steve Idlett across all platforms, anywhere from Facebook to Instagram, Twitter, Parler, YouTube, whatever the hip thing is that day, at Steve Idlett. But go check the YouTube channel out. There's plenty of cool background content over there. So anyways, without further ado, Mr. Justin Briscoe. Going on a moose hunt, baby. Hey, y'all, I'm Steve.
And I'm Justin.
And you're listening to the Made in Texas podcast.
I don't know what to say. No, we're just starting this thing, and it's kind of about Texas, but we also talk about other aspects, movies, beer, etc., life.
Yeah, we don't just talk about
News.
Texas. We're just happen to be ourselves made in Texas, so here you go.
Yeah, and anything made in Texas is obviously cooler than
it's
most things. So.
Better than anything made in China or something.
Exactly, or like,
Unless you're from
Rhode
China.
Island, whatever.
All right, man. Episode 1. I feel like we've been attempting episode 1 for a little while now.
It's a scary step to take, in all honesty.
Step 1 of anything is scary. So
Yeah, it's always the first. Anything, but if you never know until you try, so I guess that's part of it.
Well, let's kick it off with a little Q&A. We took to Twitter for all these questions, by the way. But okay, let's hit it. Do you believe in ghosts?
I'd say no, and the reason why is I've never seen one. I guess you have to see it to believe it. So, if I had the main factual reason is I've never seen a ghost. I do, when you're in the dark and shit, you always feel something behind you, but I've never seen one.
You think that's not a real ghost? That's just your paranoia?
Yeah, it's definitely paranoia.
Yeah.
I think that's how people even said they've seen a ghost for the first time. There's a lot of crazy people out there, so.
I agree with you. I don't believe in ghosts, but I know people who are near and dear to me who believe in ghosts and straight up told me within the last week that they saw a ghost at their house, and I'm not kidding.
That's super crazy because, I know what
it's
you're
super
talking about. It's
crazy.
people that you believe, too, that say that those kinds of things, and you find it, like, flabbergasting. Like, really?
My grandpa took over CG's grandparents' house over there in Doney, and yeah, they swore up and down that place was haunted. How they thought the ghost had dropped some decorative plate off the wall, like some commemorative plate, and knocked it off the wall. Miss Sarah, she dropped a plate on the floor today. I'm like, no, I think you're just drunk and you know.
Oh yeah, there's haunted houses and shit, and I've heard there's several houses in Jewett and Buffalo area that I've heard that are haunted, and always have heard that, but I ain't never seen it. I mean, you probably went to the old cemetery in Buffalo, the Horseshoe Cemetery up there on the hill, and Wade. We all did the Ouija board out there in high school.
I definitely did not go summon the devil at Buffalo Cemetery, but
I have summoned no devil. But we were trying to. The girls were trying to summon ghosts, and they were onto that Ouija board stuff there for a little while. And
did y'all meet anybody?
No, absolutely not. All the guys were just worried about just trying to get a girl to kiss them or something, you know.
Sure, yeah. There's a spot over. You know where Tawakana is? There's a spot over in East Texas, in a place called Tawakana Creek, and it used to be a big Native American site back in the day, and they had Fort Parker around there, and it's where Quanah Parker and Cynthia Parker and all that story came from, and there's a spot over there that they say you can park. It's an uphill, and you can park on this spot, and supposedly these little Indian kids or somebody pushes you uphill. Your car goes from zero and then starts going up the hill. I mean, I know a dozen people who said that that's happened to them, and you know, you can't trust everybody. But one of them was like, "Yeah, there was handprints on the back of the car, like little kid handprints." I don't believe all that BS, but supposedly, I don't know if it's the way the gradient of the road is or something, but you can stop on a flat spot at a certain thing, and they will push you up the hill. Supposedly,
that's crazy.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I've never experienced. Maybe we'll take the podcast out for a field trip.
Check that out.
And
fact check that for y'all people.
We might take the old Jeep out to Tawakana Creek one night and see if we can't get them to push us up the hill.
Yeah.
If so, we will record it with video too.
Is there any cool towns around this place? Stop and have a beer on the way or something.
I don't think you understand what part of the world we live in.
We are in. People talk about Middle America on the news and TV, and we are in the middle.
We're in the middle of
America.
We're in the middle of America, and then we're in the middle of Middle America. Like, we're between Houston and Dallas, so there's nothing even for us.
We are the
here.
definition of heartland. I mean, it is definitely. There's not a whole lot out here to do.
All right, we nailed the ghost thing. Let's talk about this one. Okay, 3 famous people. If you had to make a dinner, you're gonna set up a nice little dinner for you and your friends. You're gonna get to invite 3 famous people. They can be alive or dead. Hit me with one of them real quick, and I'll hit you with one too, because we're gonna have a dinner party. So who's one of your 3?
Man, that's a hard question. You go first.
No.
Yes, you go first, because you're feeding off what I'm gonna say, and I don't know what.
I need to know who you say first. That way, I don't waste mine. What if we're gonna use the same one? I can let you use him, and then I'll use someone else.
Rodney Dangerfield would be one.
That's a great answer. Why?
Because he's so fucking funny, and I watched him. I was leaving the house the other morning. He's dressed up as a woman or something. It's some old movie. I don't know what it was. But
all right.
I was like, I need to watch something with him in it soon.
Okay. Have you seen Back to School? That'd be a good one to start with. And that and Caddyshack. I don't know any other really.
I would like to meet Sam Elliott. He's a bad sumbitch too.
Okay, you didn't even let me go for mine yet. But
go.
Okay, but we already know you're gonna say Sam Elliott next. All right, you got Rodney Dangerfield there. Who do we want to hang out that would mesh with Dangerfield? We can't be bringing in like.
It would have to be somebody obviously in comedy. You wouldn't want to bring like a president to me.
No, I'm thinking like
dinner with like Rodney Dangerfield.
Right. I'm thinking
Richard Pryor.
Okay. All right.
So I see. We're talking about some old comics.
I see who your dinner table is looking like. It's gonna be lots of laughs and then one really serious mustache at that dinner table, huh?
Tom Selleck. I'm just joking. Sam Elliott. Obviously just a joke, but go ahead.
Burt Reynolds. Nope. He's definitely not going to be there. Let's see. Who do I want? We got to bring Elvis to the party, right? I feel like he's definitely going to party. He's going to bring all the chicks and like a bunch of blow and stuff, you know? We got Johnny. We got Elvis. We got Dangerfield and Pryor. All right. We've hit some music. We've hit some comedy. Let's get an intellectual or two here. Let's
Okay. Einstein.
I feel like none of these people are going to hang out with us at our own party.
They're all going to like be like, what the... are we doing here, man?
And we're like,
Bunch
okay.
of random.
Look at these rednecks
Yeah.
from the middle of the middle.
The middle of the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we got a decent dinner party there. I don't know what kind of food we'd serve though. I don't know. I think one or two of them might be
It'd be
kosher.
like chicken fried steak.
Ooh, hit them with straight Texas food, like barbecue, some enchiladas.
Rocks it, all that California.
Oh, little
food.
lingua tacos. You know what I mean? I bet you Rodney Dangerfield never once ate a tongue taco.
Oh, barbacoa. Oh,
boy.
quit it.
All I'm saying is
Make
Richard
you slap your
Pryor.
grandma, folks.
All right, let's see here. Favorite vacation spots. Man, okay. Where have you been? Where was the coolest spot? And if you say Galveston, I'm gonna
Believe it or not, I was born in Galveston, but I live in the middle of the middle.
trust me. We believe you were
but
born in Galveston.
I've been to Colorado, Denver, Colorado Springs in the summer, which was scorching hot. I thought, my parents were like, hey, I was younger. I was probably in junior high or so. But, they're like, we're going to Colorado. I'm thinking it's going to be nice weather. It's hot as hell. But Colorado, I've been to L.A. I've been
Colorado was
Louisiana.
nice. What you said in the summertime?
Yeah.
What'd y'all do?
We went to Estes Park, and my sister had a softball tournament up there, actually, and that was the main reason we were there. And I went to some river with a buddy of mine that sister played on the team, and we swam and hung out. But I was like 13, I think.
Yeah. We went to Estes Park, too. We went to I took Heather up there for her birthday to
where they
Colorado.
filmed The Shining's trippy.
I didn't see that. I didn't.
Dude, we
Is
went
that
to the
there?
hotel. Yeah, the hotel.
Okay. I don't know. We went to Estes Park, and it was cold and rainy. It was cool, though. Like, the town of Estes Park is like a weird little...
yeah.
Like, it looks like something out of, like, a movie or
Exactly.
something. Like,
And it seems like you have to be balling out of control to live there.
you can't live there on our budget.
I don't think,
not until the podcast is
going
going to pick off.
There or nothing.
No. But it was cool that we went into the park, like where the Rocky Mountains National Forest or whatever it is, and where the Rockies start, and we got to see about a dozen giant elk. Have you ever seen an elk up close?
Yeah, dude. My dad got almost arrested for chasing a moose up there.
That's what I'm saying. Right
I
there,
mean, they have like crazy animal rights rules up there. Up here, we do whatever we want.
we can chase moose all you want to in Texas.
We
If
don't
any of you
have moose,
folks
but-
out there would like to chase a moose, come to Texas and we will
have
hook you
people
up.
that, for fun, chase hogs with dogs. As stupid as that sounds.
So it seems exhausting.
It is exhausting. I used to do it.
I've
man.
never
It's
been one of
nothing
those
fun
guys.
about it. It's like you get thirsty and it's nothing but like pond water, and you're like, it's horrible.
You should bring a water bottle next time.
Man, I mean, but how long is that gonna last when you're on foot chasing dogs
Hey,
or
man.
chasing hogs?
Well,
It's
all
crazy.
I'm saying is, if
10,
y'all want to
15
chase
minutes.
some moose, come to Texas. We will hook that up for you. We'll put you on a hog hunt.
For real, hog hunting here. I mean, if you've never done it, it might get your rocks off. I don't know, but we're overran. They're everywhere.
It's exhausting. We both drive around a bunch of hogs and deer and stuff, and the hogs are just out there just tearing everything up too. So,
I've been seeing a lot of owls here lately and shit.
ooh, you know what they
weird
say about
birds and
seeing an
shit.
owl? That's bad omen.
Really?
Yeah, they say someone's gonna die if you see an owl.
Damn.
Then we
Who
bring that
died
shit around
recently?
here.
Somebody died like this week. Luke Perry from the Bull Ride movie died.
8 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's horrible.
My Facebook was just eat up over Luke Perry dying. I think they were more like sad about Lane Frost dying a second time. Yeah.
Again. But Luke Perry was cool. I mean, he had some good shows. My wife watched some shows that he was in, and like even recently up to now. And he was a great actor, and pretty good guy it seems like. And I think his daughter spoke out.
What happened?
I think he had a stroke, like a massive stroke at like 52, which is wild to me.
Yeah, we're pretty much knocking on that door. You know.
Well,
I mean, we got
Yeah,
a while,
we've all-
but
you know,
all of a sudden we're 30, so we pretty much are 52 in my eyes.
see, that's the thing in Texas. Whatever your age is, you feel you're 10 years older.
What?
Because, I mean, you're on a faster pace. So, like, when you graduate high school, you should be looking for, like, your mate and finding out what you're going to do. And
Oh yeah, before I know, and I'm sure you do too. A couple dozen people who, before they even graduated high school, were already locked down and knew they were going to get married, and they got married like the second we ended high school, and then they got divorced probably another year later.
have 2 kids they're paying child support on. Oh, I'm one of them guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
I was
one
about to say,
kid,
never mind. I think this is starting to feel real familiar for
This
you.
is kind of me. I have one child.
Yeah, she's cool. All right, man. So Estes Park was somewhere cool for both of us. That was a fun
I want to
trip.
go to Florida. I hear Florida's cool. I'm going to Cozumel in a couple months, which is going to be
the cruise,
a fucking awesome experience for me. Yeah.
Ever been on a cruise before?
No, never.
That took you a long time. You feel like you
checked
we deep back in the registry
we
there.
We booked one time, and then work conflicts got in the way, and I couldn't go. But yeah, we're going to Cozumel. Going to see what's popping down there.
Yeah, we went last January. My wife's family took all of his kids and their grandkids and stuff and loaded us all up on a Carnival boat out of Galveston, and we headed to Mexico. And it was cool. We got some rough waters at one point, and the boat was going kind of crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's like a really fancy you can go in and have dinner at every night, and it's like you're supposed to dress up or whatever.
Yeah, the formal.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of waiters, and they're usually like Filipinos and a bunch of like random people from across the world. Like, and their little tags will even say like the Philippines or Sweden, chasing down carts and stuff down the lane because every now and then we'd catch a big wave, and it would just kind of move everybody left or right, pretty hard. And other than that, it was an awesome time. I sat in that casino the whole time. I won $900.
Awesome.
Off of roulette. I watched a guy lose $10,000, win $10,000, and lose $10,000. And let me tell you, my friend, his emotions were different in those ups and downs.
Oh man, I went on a bachelor party and I lost like $300 on roulette one time, and it turned me off of roulette for life.
Well, this guy was betting like $1,500 a hand or whatever, and if that
betting
missed,
on black or red?
He wasn't betting black or red. He was betting the dozens. So it's
okay,
divided into there's 36 spots on the board.
Gotcha.
So that's 3 sets of 12. So he would just pick first dozen and then throw a shit ton of money at it, and then it would miss, and he would double down. He threw 100. He'd throw 200. If that missed, he'd throw 400. He'd throw 800. Eventually, the first dozen would hit. That's how he got up $10,000. Hell, that's how I got up $900.
Oh, so he was up $10,000.
Yes, sir.
Lost it.
And then he took it right back down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on Friday
What
night.
a dummy.
Like I think it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on Sunday you're home. It's like a 4-day or 5-day thing. But like Thursday night, he's balling. He's wearing a suit. He's at the same table as me. He's throwing chips to the waitress and stuff and going like, hit me with a beer and get him a beer and let me skin it on black. Ooh, first dozen, screaming at the top of his lungs. And then the next night you walk in and I'm like, what happened to him? Oh, he just lost $10,000. I'm like, whoa, just a shell of himself.
Talk about
just
like
sulking. But the night before, it was nothing but party that night.
Yeah,
and
he was high on the hog then.
Whew, not no more. Mm-mm. Yeah, so that'll be cool, man. Where do you want to go?
Man, I mean, everywhere I want to like go and spend some like real time, like a week or two, would be like far away. Like I want to see Australia. I've always wanted to see Australia. I always want to see Scotland.
23
Alaska.
hours by plane, I think.
Yeah,
from where we're
I
at
mean
to
it's
go
like
to
on
Australia.
literally the other side of the world. I think it's summer there right now, as a matter of fact.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's cold here in Texas.
Yeah, real cold.
Yeah. And by that we mean like 60 degrees or something like that. So I'm sure all you people from the Great White North think we're a bunch of wusses down here, but it's like
it was like
froze
27
over.
the other morning. I don't care. I mean, I live in Texas because I don't like the cold.
Right.
We don't like the cold at all down here. We shut everything down if it gets under like 33 or 32. Where like people quit going to work and shit because we just can't handle it.
Because it's too cold. It's too cold to work. It's too cold
we'll
to
work
move.
in 108 though. We can do that.
I don't like doing that either. If we're going to be
like
honest,
it, but I'd rather do that than freeze my feel like my fingers are gonna fall off.
Yeah. I just paid off my FJ Cruiser, so I got me an extra $385 hairs in the bank every month now.
Sweet.
Thinking about dropping that insurance down to a liability, trying to save that money.
Well, that's the last thing you get. 25 insurance goes down. But then I totaled the truck and then it went right back up.
Yeah, you've been through quite a few trucks, you know.
Man, I've wrecked a few. I've went through a buying period. One time I got addicted to buying trucks, y'all. It was totally embarrassing, but
it was pretty embarrassing from my perspective towards you too.
But I mean, I just was like, fucking do it. I'm do it, you know. And man,
I remember one time I talked to you and you had like a giant blue Dodge truck or something like that, and you had traded it in, or you had just got that one. Either way, you were like $29,000 upside down in the other one, and you're like, let's stack another $40,000 vehicle on top.
I didn't give a fuck. I thought I was gonna go bankrupt. I was like, fuck it. I was like, surely they're gonna eventually sell me. No,
I never knew it. I'm like, he's driving around on oil field roads all day. Why is he in a brand? He's dumb. He's not the smartest guy I've ever met.
No, that truck wasn't brand new. It was just really expensive.
Yeah.
The next one I bought
Didn't
was
it get
brand new.
stolen or something?
One got stolen, and so I ended up lucking out. But
They
that
found
was-
it, or what happened with it?
I think they found it in Houston. We're only an hour and 45 minutes north of Houston, and Houston is pretty ghetto, as you might expect. In some
There are
areas.
parts of it that
yeah,
are, that are
and there's
crime
a
ridden.
lot of I'm not gonna. There's a lot of people around here that come up here, steal vehicles, go down there, chop shop, do what they do. So
And that's
but
what
they
happened.
found it in Houston, I think.
That's
and-
what happened to your truck, huh?
Yeah, they just like, well, we found it, and I was like, well, I don't want it back now. It was
Now
like
that it's
4
in pieces and a homeless person's been pissing in it for 3
Like,
days.
It was like 4 days later. I was like, man, I don't know what happened. Somebody might have got murdered in that thing.
Right,
I was like,
there's
I
a
don't
dead
want
body
it.
in the
Yeah.
back seat.
I don't want that thing back. So they paid it off, and I got a Tacoma. And then I rolled it, and now I have another Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I got a 4-cylinder, so it's not what I wanted. But I like Tacomas. They last good on these lease roads.
I mean, the Japanese, they know how to make a product.
Well, it's built in Texas, bitch.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, you see this.
I
ticker.
understand. Yeah. No, I understand.
Now,
I drive a Toyota
No,
also.
China builds all the parts. They just mail it to Texas. We just put it together.
Oh,
You feel me?
I hear you. Cheap labor here, you know.
Exactly. Remember my great grandpa? He's like, I always pay my trucks off before I buy another one, or have enough cash saved up before I buy another one, and kept all his old ones. And people just, buy a new one. And now vehicles are so high, man. It's like 60,000,
60 grand
yeah.
for like a regular truck. That's not even anything crazy. You know?
It's crazy.
If you wanted like King Ranch, dually, big dog, 4-wheel drive or whatever, like that
Yeah.
sucker is outrageously
no,
priced
it's like
now.
70 grand.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's stupid.
You ever seen that movie Legends of the Fall
Yes, it's a great movie.
with Brad Pitt and what's his name?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, that's a crazy movie. Yeah.
He plays Hannibal. But yeah, it's a great movie. They do a couple movies get together. They do Meet Joe Black and Legends of the Fall.
Love that movie. I love it when that old man he has a stroke and he has to wear that that little chalkboard.
Yeah, yes.
He has to write what he wants.
What does he say?
He's
Drinks, or celebrate, or something. So,
Yeah.
I don't know in the movie, but yeah.
He
I
just
like it
writes
when
all his
when
requests. He can't
splits
talk.
that dude in half at the end with that double barrel. That's what's
and
up.
he's not smart enough for sign language or something. So they're like, "Hey,
I
old
don't
man,
guess
here's a
they
chalkboard."
Well, they lived in Montana, dude,
There's only
on a
like
ranch by themselves.
Yeah.
Like 6 people out there, and they
No-
didn't know
no
sign
Wi-Fi,
language.
yeah.
No, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, so no
that
one's
was
gonna
like
teach him.
Prohibition days, as a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, but yeah, he did. He did blow some dude down with that shotgun.
He
at
split
the
that
end.
homeboy in half, pretty much. I mean, all the skin is left, but and then Stab was like fake scalping him and shit. And
Oh, it's crazy. It's a really wild movie if y'all have never seen
yeah,
it.
I mean,
Legends of the
yeah,
Fall.
we're making Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins popular, but yeah, they're definitely good movies to check out.
No, it's insane. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Brad Pitt gets mauled by a bear. I mean, spoiler alert. If you have, it's from the like
dude,
'92.
dude, telling them the ending.
But oh yeah, we already told you the ending. But yeah, Brad Pitt gets eaten by a bear. And he ends up killing the bear, and he wears a necklace of its claw around its neck for his whole life. And
Homeboy fights in World War One or
let me
two?
tell you, I think World War One.
One.
But I don't remember. But let me tell you, I wanted nothing more as a 8-year-old kid than to kill a bear with my bare hands and wear its claw around my neck.
Yeah, I really don't want to get that close to bear.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't want to have to get very close to him, but I did want one of those stories. You know, I did want
Yeah.
to wear I did want to wear a hook. You know,
Yeah.
a claw that made me look like a badass everywhere I went. And had a big, huge scar across my chest from where the bear mauled me. You know,
Yeah, didn't. Yeah.
there's still time. I
His
think there's
son
plenty
said,
of
"You're a
time for that.
half-brained dumb jackass," or something like that when he walked up to him. The dad.
What happened? Why didn't one of them like live with the Indians or whatever for a while? Didn't Brad? Am I getting
Brad Pitt knew how to speak it.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know that?
Well, I just remember him talking to.
No, I
the,
mean, how does he know that? He lived with them. You know?
well, Stab was like
he was
the
like
dad's-
their ranch hand.
Yeah, well, he fought in the Indian Wars with the dad. He was like a scout for the cavalry.
Yeah, it's been so long since I watched this movie.
He was a scout for the cavalry, and his name was Stab, and he wouldn't speak English. He knew how to.
He
knew
knew
it,
but he
but he wouldn't lower
He
himself to
wouldn't
speak it.
promote himself
He
down.
said, "I'm not speaking that shit. I will talk." And he knew what they were saying, and but him and Anthony, or is it Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
They were like tight.
They were like buddies, yeah.
Yeah, they went back, and he was like his fucking best friend.
Yeah, he had that super dope fur coat.
Yeah, he had that bare fucking skin. He wore everywhere.
Basically, I wanted to be almost every single member of that movie. Which that movie turns...
Except for the brother that's doing the piano in the beginning. He's like, oh, no. He looked like a little girl.
No one wanted to be him. For sure.
No, he died in World War One over there. And it's a broad movie.
He was not built for war. I'll just say that.
No, it didn't work out for him at all.
He wanted to. He had the heart. He's like Rudy Rudiger. He wanted to go, but he's just not good. And Brad Pitt had to go over there and try to save him, but it got crazy. There was like mustard gas.
Yeah, it's a wild story.
There's lots of barbed wire and...
Yeah, it takes a lot of different turns. It goes from like a ranch in Montana to overseas war. And
it's just showing
Brad Pitt kind of loses his shit for a while and goes out at sea for about like 8 years, and then he comes back and to save the family ranch.
They do get a lot done in this movie.
I mean, dude, it's a fucking. They go everywhere.
Yeah, I think
all over the world.
I think I'll watch it soon. Also, that's what we should do. This whole podcast should just be us talking about Brad Pitt movies. Cause I was about to ask you,
no, not Brad Pitt movies, just movies in general.
But what about that one with Brad Pitt? A river runs through it. All the fly fishing.
Man,
I
couldn't get into that one,
dude. It was.
It's not.
It was
as
kind
good.
of fried green tomato-y kind of vibe to it, or
it's
whatever,
like
But they wore suspenders and like khaki pants.
I got tired of watching people fish. It's like I whip it.
It is pretty much. It's pretty much just fishing.
I got tired of watching people fish. I could never get into it. Finally, at the end, something happens. I don't remember. It's something, but
yeah,
it was.
It's nowhere.
It's not as near as good.
It's not as good as Legends of the Fall for sure.
Meet Joe Black is what's up. It's got a hot little actress in it. What's her name?
Young Jamie.
Look it up. No, I don't think you can say that, man.
No, we don't. I hope that's not copywritten. If we ever have to worry where Joe's heard us say Young Jamie, look it up.
We salute y'all. We think y'all are keeping it real. So
yeah. Anyways, look it up. I don't know.
I'll get on my
on your cellular device.
Yeah, we're not like Ballo right there.
Do you need my Wi-Fi password?
No, I'll just use 4G.
Oh, 4G.
Or 3G, whatever.
Okay, I got you.
I heard 4G's not good for us. It's like causes cancer or some shit.
What about microwave ovens? That cannot be good for you.
I don't know. I don't leave mine open.
I'm scared of them. I mean, I can sit here and talk about Brad Pitt movies with you all day, my friend, but...
No, that's cool.
I feel like at some point we need to go somewhere else with this.
I watched a funny show that I bet a lot of y'all have not watched in a long time. American Pie. I watched all 3, and it was fucking awesome. They don't make good movies like that anymore.
I don't really think that was necessarily what I would call a good movie,
Dude, and back when it was made, it was pretty fucking good.
It was definitely had its moment. But
it had its moment, and it's still fucking there all the time. But I mean, if you haven't seen it and you're like 18, go watch that shit.
If you're awesome. 18, go watch it. It was made for you. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
If you're anywhere between 14 and 18 and a dude, it's your movie. So, but I think that's pretty productive first episode so far. Thoughts?
It's awesome.
Great.
I hope y'all like it.
Yeah, let us know what you thought of it and what you want to hear us talk about next. So.
Exactly. Y'all keep it real.
And that's it, guys. That's the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you want to follow everywhere, at Steve Idlett, especially on the YouTube, trying to get some stuff going on over there, or madeintxpod@gmail.com if you want to send an email. Thanks, guys. See you next week.